Hey Hofstra fans, welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Mo Cassara. I'm Anthony Barrett, joined by Mo Cassara, the head coach of the Hofstra men's basketball team. Coach, thanks for the time. How are you?
Anthony, how are you this morning?
Doing pretty good. Before we get to your team, your football team, the New York Giants, came away with an impressive victory over the Patriots in the Super Bowl yesterday.
Great game. I think great game for fans worldwide, and certainly happy that the New York Football Giants got another world championship. And it's a credit to their coach and their team. The beginning of December they were out of it, and look where they are now. So a lot of reasons to keep persevering.
Now that's something that you've actually taken examples from and given to your team, that everyone really before Christmas wrote off before Christmas Eve wrote off the Giants, but now Super Bowl champs. So do you continue to try and look to them for inspiration?
I think there's always opportunities, especially at the highest level, at the pro level, to try to teach our guys, to try to teach our team, to try to continue to push and prod a little bit of different things that may apply to us. And I think the Giants really do. There's a team that everybody kind of wrote off the first week in December, and look where they are now. So I think some teams have written off our basketball team, as far as where we are in the standings right now. But there's a lot of basketball to be played, and we continue to be optimistic and hope to be playing our best basketball about a month from now.
Now you had two games this past week. We'll start out with the game on Wednesday night against Towson. Towson coming in, you both had one win in CAA play, but it just goes to show you records don't mean everything. On paper, you were still the much better team, and you came away with a very impressive win.
Thought we did some terrific things, and the ball went in the basket for us, but more importantly, we turned them over 27 times. We continue to do some really solid things defensively, and on Wednesday night, the ball went in the basket for us as well.
Now, Towson in the first half at 18 points, 19 turnovers. When you see that as a head coach, how happy does that make you with your defense?
Well, it does. It makes me happy. And I think even if you go back through the course of the last month, we've played some really solid defense, whether it was at Old Dominion or whether it was Drexel here or George Mason here. Statistically, we're doing some pretty good things defensively. We just have to continue to try to get that ball to go in the basket.
Now, Georgia State came to the MAC on Saturday. Georgia State ranked 5th in the conference coming into that matchup, one of the best defensive teams in the conference. And they took a big lead early on. You were able to cut it to 7 points later on in the second half, but you can never get it any closer than that, and they came away with the win.
Yeah, we actually spoke off the air. We actually had a chance to cut it to 5 with about 6 minutes to go, and weren't able to do that. They were able to make some baskets and continue to win. I think they're a very good team. They're very well coached. They have a lot of seniors, and I think they're one of the best defensive teams, not only in the league, in the CAA, but maybe in the country. They do a lot of terrific things defensively, and they really make it hard for you to score, and we struggled from the field on Saturday.
Now, they ran a little bit of an unorthodox zone against you guys. They held Mike Moore to just 2 points in the first half of play. How difficult was that for your team to adjust at game speed? Well,
we practiced against it for 2 days. I thought we had a good game plan going in. Again, their size and speed and their execution really wore us down. And again, a lot of credit to Georgia State. We may have an opportunity to face them again in the CAA tournament, so we're going to keep an eye on them, and hopefully we can do some better things moving forward.
How would you say the confidence of your team is right now? 1-1, you beat the team that you were absolutely supposed to beat in Towson, so you have 2 wins in CAA play now.
Right. I think our confidence remains high. We have a lot of basketball to be played. I think we've played the toughest part of our schedule, although this week is challenging coming up on the road. But when we come back from a week from today, we should be sitting here talking about a very favorable schedule for us, heading into the CAA play with some home games and some potential winnable games on the road.
2 games this week. We'll start out with the matchup on Wednesday against George Mason. You already played them once. It was a close game at home. What lessons are you going to take from that game?
Well, we did a terrific job here defensively against George Mason. Obviously, they're going to be at home on Wednesday night, a very tough place for us to play, and certainly a team that's now fighting for an NCAA bid. So we're going to have our hands full, but we're having another great opportunity on Wednesday to play against one of the premier mid-major teams in the country.
Now, how would you say the team is different from last year when Jim Larinaga was the head coach to this year where Paul Hewitt is the head coach?
I don't think they've changed tremendously, and that's probably a credit to Paul. I think, you obviously don't want to change too much, something that's been working very well for a long time. They have really basically the same team. They lost a few pieces, but they're really starting to click on all cylinders, and they're playing very, very well.
And what's going to be the key to victory in Fairfax Wednesday?
Yeah, defense. We have to continue to try to hold them down and not let them get easy shots. If we can keep them around our area where we want them to, scoring in the low 60s, I think we'll have an opportunity to win.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot and good luck.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
And thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Mo Cassara.